What were your first thoughts when you saw Justin Fields for the first time?
Rare physical specimen.
You watch him on tape and you just see this strong, powerful, like so hard to bring down in the pocket.
Immediately you recognize the talent level is just off the charts.
Zips it downfield. That's a touchdown for Justin Fields.
He didn't get a chance to play very much as a freshman at Georgia. So, we started with a little bit of a blank slate that way. And when he got here, he picked things up very quickly. He learns very well. He's very intelligent, very talented. And to me, I looked at it like this. He's 6'3", he's 225 pounds, he's smart, he's really accurate. Okay, can we coach? That's it, because you can't ask for anything more than this.
Coach, he always seems so serious and so businesslike. I just want to know, is he laughing? Is he having fun? He just seems so serious-minded.
That's him, and he'd tell you that he feels most comfortable like that. But there was a few times where this year he would post a few things with the teammates dancing and fun and letting loose.
He's a leader. His first year with me, he was new to Ohio State, and he still came in, and you could see him grow as a leader. Towards the end of the year, he was leading the team. And then this past year, you could just see it. He was commanding everyone.
He's a guy that can physically do everything, but doesn't rely on that all the time. So he's a passer as long as he can be a passer, and then he'll become an athlete. I don't think that's being talked enough about. I think Justin's a massive weapon in that. And then a craftsman. Most of those guys are the butcher. Very rarely do you find these specimens that are also surgeons. They know how to handle the tiniest tool that can save your life. And he really approaches his craft with a burning desire to get better.
Fields pump fakes again, has room to run. And he will dive for the end zone.
How would you describe the work that Justin puts in the preparation aspect of playing that position?
One thing about Justin in the meeting room is you don't have to tell him something twice. He really picks things up quickly. His recall is very similar to Joe Burrow. He just understands things and then can take it to the field very quickly. I think that's a trait that not a lot of people have.
He's in the film room. He's going to study. He's going to study. He's going to try to find an edge to beat his opponent.
He's already approaching things like a true professional. He's here early. He asks to get extra time in. He gets an opportunity to prepare for his interviews, and he calls me on the phone and says, hey, can you help me kind of prepare this offense? Can we go over this again? Because I want to nail it. And it's been an awesome experience for me to be around him, to be in the film room, to get up on the whiteboard and talk through everything. The team that gets Justin's going to really like what he brings to the table. You can see why a guy like Justin Fields was able to play on such a big stage. You can see why when he goes in a playoff game versus Clemson, he wants that. He wants those moments.
Fields launches downfield and a diving catch. Fields fires into traffic. Touchdown. Drops back. There's a man wide open. It's Rucker. Touchdown.
I thought he handled the spotlight here very well. I thought he handled himself with the media really well. Really talks about his teammates more than he would talk about himself. He was built for that. I felt like early on, some guys get overwhelmed. He was built for being, like you said, a franchise quarterback. I think he's one of the more competitively tough guys I've been around. I attribute a lot of the traits of the successful quarterbacks who move on to the NFL are ones that can overcome adversity, that go through tough times. And I think Justin went through adversity through the whole Georgia thing, changing schools. Even when he had the setback last year against Clemson, we lost that game in the 2-minute drill. I thought he handled that with poise. And then all he did was just, spend the next 360 whatever days it was to get back to that game. And that's where the focus was. That's a huge deal with quarterbacks. How do you respond when you have a bad game?
Fields does have time and now takes off, makes a cut, hits a hard hit, and Fields is down.
The way he responded in that game in the biggest moment, he wasn't going to be denied.
Fields on the run, launches for the end zone, caught for a touchdown. From the pocket, a strike across the middle, caught, touchdown. Launches downfield, Olave, make it 5 touchdowns for Fields tonight. Fields down the field, caught for a touchdown. This is truly special tonight.
I can't tell you there's many quarterbacks that I've been around that would take a shot like that and come back in and go on to play the way he did.
You talk about guts, Justin Fields.
There's been ups and downs. And how you handle those ups and downs are going to be critical to your longevity in the league. If you have a bad game, you all of a sudden can't fall apart and self-destruct, and you have to be steady, and that's what he is. Like, he doesn't typically ride the emotional roller coaster. So this is a tough guy who's been very dependable for us.
I've read through all these evaluations of these players. The one biggest thing that lacks in their evaluation is their toughness. This is a position where you have to be a tough guy, physically and mentally. He's a tough man's tough guy. People will point to the playoff and say, oh yeah, we saw him play injured. It's more than that. It's the mental, emotional resolve that he's shown through his high school years, his college years, what happened to him at Georgia, the transfer to Ohio State, the negative talk around him, all the different things that's happened in his life. He's developed a grit and a resolve and a toughness that I will stamp it right now. He'll be a wild success in the NFL because of that.